Ain't nobody holding you back from getting no care credit. Ain't nobody holding you back from getting that CPN. You holding yourself back. You can't even say money holding you back because I do payment plans. I'm not a loan shark. I ain't gonna come hunting you down for your money. None of that. So try it out. Make you a couple dollars off of it. And keep it fucking pushing. Stop getting on TikTok, going through the comments, telling yourself that you shouldn't get it, you shouldn't do it. Just fucking do it.
So I'm so tired of people saying that CPNs don't work, they're illegal. I heard people get in trouble. No. So the problem is people are selling you people's actual information. Of course, if somebody sell you Miss Sally Mae information and you try to get a car or an apartment, of course you're gonna call and be like, hey, I didn't do that. And that's the exact issue that people are running into when it comes to CPNs. If you use a true CPN, there's no way that you're going to get in trouble. I personally I was able to get a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home with my CPN. And not only did I get a home with mine, I got 2 cars and a bank account. Yes, you can get a bank account with the CPN as well.
Let me tell y'all, do y'all think y'all finna get away with this CPN T number package? It's not working. I tried it. I spent $250, yes, to get an apartment. I got it. But baby, I got a letter in 90 days. I got an eviction notice in 90 days.
Y'all out here getting caught up in some fraudulent activities with these apartments. They're starting to notice and they're catching on. I mean, if you can get past the screening, kudos to you. But y'all need to stop using those CPNs because they're catching on. And evictions are on the way and it can happen at any moment.
You know, I legitimately picked the wrong career because if I would have became part of the FBI, part of the CIA, or just like a regular police officer, like I'd have so many cases and my career would be up there. Like I'd probably be like the youngest head sergeant, whatever, because the amount of illegal activity that I come across on a daily basis, the amount of creators that I've come across that are literally willingly out there saying they commit crimes is wicked. I would have had a solid career for real. Now I got to think about it as we play that intro. What up, everybody? I am the Mademoiselle, and this is my channel. And as you guys can tell by today's title, we're going to be talking about CPNs. I recently did another video on the half off people, and I touched on CPNs briefly, and a lot of you guys were like, what is that? I heard about it, or I almost fell into this. Like, is it illegal? Is it legal? And we're here to discuss it, right? So a CPN is a credit protection number or consumer protection number, or literally there's so many different names for what this can be. That is already the first red flag, right? And a lot of times you will see these pushed to you if you have bad credit, right? Imagine you are looking for an apartment or you're looking for a car and you just keep getting denied, right? Everybody's phones, computers, or other electronic devices, what many of us know as cookies. They track your cookies and that is how they're able to advertise to you. A lot of people turn their cookies off, or a lot of people have ad blockers. Personally, I like cookies because if I can't find something or I can't get something, I want something that is actually going to help me being pushed to me. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people have been presented with the idea of CPNs, and that is why a lot of people think it is legitimate, because there are legitimate ads. Okay, I've seen ads on YouTube. Okay, I've seen ads on Google. I've seen ads on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, of people talking about how they can get you a CPN. They can get you 100% approved for a car. They could get you 100% approved for a mortgage. And I'm here to tell you, don't do that unless you want Fed time. I'm going to say it again. Don't do that unless you want Fed time. Now, a CPN is a collection of numbers similar to a social security number that can be used to obtain a lot of things, even if you have bad credit. I'm talking about cars, apartments, mortgages, you name it. More than likely, everything that you can do with a social security number, you can do with a CPN. It sounds really, really great. And a lot of you guys are like, what? Like, how come I never heard of this? Or, yeah, I'm about to get one. but understand you more than likely will get into serious trouble if you do this. Now, the issue with CPNs is that most of the time it is attached to someone who is deceased, or it is attached to a child or an unwilling participant of said fraud. More than likely, you will pay $100, $200, $300. I seen even $1,000 for this CPN. You may or may not be able to do whatever it is that you want to do with it, and then you will land yourself in federal prison. That is because no matter how you slice or dice it, that information is obtained fraudulently, and or that information has fraudulent information attached to it.
Just because you're a single mom with evictions, tenant filings, and no pay stubs, that does not make you unworthy of living in a luxury apartment. I'm going to give you the whole rundown. Pay attention. So, if you went to court for an apartment complex and now you have a tenant filing, you are going to file a motion to seal that information with the courts. You're not DMing me. You're not asking no more fucking questions because I just told you what to do. You're going to go to the courthouse, whatever jurisdiction that took place in, and you're going to go back there and file a motion to seal that information off public record. With the information I gave you, you are not running to nobody's DM to have them make you a fucking CPN. Especially if you don't know what a CPN stands for. When you are applying with a CPN, if it's done correctly, you need license, social, pay stubs. All that information has to match your information. If you don't have either of those documents when applying with a CPN number, you could be investigated, red flags, and back at square fucking one.
PSA, this is for educational purposes only, so do not hold anything I say against me, but let's get into it, y'all. Okay, let's address CPNs and addresses and why it is so important when creating your CPN file. So a lot of times people will choose to go the CPN route if they are in the middle of cleaning their personal credit, if they are filing bankruptcy, if they're being faced with eviction, and also when they're unable to use their personal credit. For instance, if a person is in the middle of purchasing a home and they can't have any activity on their personal credit, they will choose to go the CPN route. And while it can be very beneficial, you also want to make sure that you create your file in the correct way to avoid buying a CPN that you cannot use. That's a waste of money. So the number one thing starts with your address. The address that you are choosing for your CPN file cannot be linked to your old credit file in any type of way. So that means no family, nowhere you've ever received a mail at, no one that you have ever used as a rep, no immediate family. Now, if you are purchasing your CPN package or creating your CPN with the intentions on obtaining a rental property such as an apartment or a house, then my suggestion would be to use an address off Zillow. So you go find an address that was a house that was just recently put up for sale, and you use that address while creating your CPN. That way, when you get your rental property, your address will now turn into that one, so you don't have to worry about any issues of not receiving your mail or not being able to get to your mail.
Honestly, the funniest thing about all of this is the way they try to sell you the idea of doing a CPN the right way is committing more fraud. Carry on.
Because you're using it for your rental property, and once you move in, all of your mail will now go there. So, another helpful thing to think about. When you are creating a CPN, especially if you have a unique name, you want to look for an address that is outside of your city. Yes, several people have the same name, same date of birth, but it's not as often that they have this in the same city. And while that's not a requirement to create your CPN file, I'm just sharing some helpful tips with you guys to make sure that it is successful and to avoid it merging with your old credit file.
A lot of people get arrested using CPNs, right? I feel like I gotta make a video like this like every month because people ask me this question all the time. The number one reason why people get arrested using CPNs is because the way that they decode the number and the way they skip trace the number to make sure that the number is not attached to like an alive or a dead person, they're not doing the right methods to go ahead and validate that information. So what's basically happened is, as you've seen with the lady that was in Care Credit, the people that be at the dealership, shit like that, is that, they're getting, booked for identity theft, you know what I'm saying? Because they're using someone else's profile that's either alive or dead to go ahead and apply for, you know, financial products, which obviously we know constitutes identity theft. So I just wanted to come back on here just to like say it again. You know, y'all probably gonna see a video like this from me like every month because people ask me this shit all the time.
This whole idea and all of these videos sitting here talking about how CPNs are legal are 1,000% false. If you don't believe it, just look it up. Not on TikTok. Look it up on Google. Go to the .gov websites. Go, better yet, if you do want to go on TikTok, why don't you go and check out these people's stories of them talking about how they literally got locked up for using CPN?
How I almost got arrested for using a CPN. Let's get into it. Okay, so y'all know when y'all fall on hard times and you done let somebody mess up your credit, you know, a failed relationship, etc. Girl, they dragged your credit. But you still want to get your own place. Okay, well, that's what a CPN is for, or so I thought. Mind you, CPN is basically just like a fake social. You feel me? Anyways, so everything was cool. I got in. It was A-okay. Everything was everything. I got the furniture in the house and everything. I was living life. Then, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the office starts, you know, leaving notices and stuff like that, talking about, you know, we need to verify additional information, all this other stuff, right? But I was cool with one of the office ladies, so she had pulled me to the side and she was like, girl, they're trying to get your real license so they can figure out what your real name is. Like, I think they're trying to charge you. Girl, I ran for the hills. It's time to move out immediately.
Don't nobody scam more than y'all bitches that do CPNs. Child, let me tell y'all what happened. I had a situation with my housing and shit. So I'm like, bitch, I'm finna hit this nigga. You know, he finna give me you know, $250 CPN and I'm finna be moved in. Like, who wouldn't pay that? Like, I'm cool with that. Child, why this man take my $250 and run? So now it's like, when I see you, bitch, I gotta smash you. And I don't even be doing that. Like, niggas don't even be feeling like all that. But because you play with me, it's not even about the $250 no more. It's the principle. Like, now I really gotta do it to you. And I guess the motherfuckers be feeling like they never gonna get caught because, bitch. But I'm telling you, like, I'm actually the type of person, like, baby, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna find your barber. I'm gonna, like, I'm there. Now you finna get your ass whooped for no reason. You could've just did my CPN. Like, y'all just, I hate y'all.
Yeah, so I have a testimony, so buckle up, sit tight. All right, so I just completed 6 months house arrest from July 2024. I got off at the beginning of this year, January 15th. Served that time or whatever, no problems, no nothing. Successfully completed the house arrest, okay? So about a week later, I got served with eviction papers, found out that I had a warrant. I immediately turned myself in. I already explained the situation on a video, so you got to scroll down to see it or whatever, but it was for making, the hell is that? It was for making CPNs or whatever, and the lady ended up telling on me, right? Okay, so now it's like, damn, I'm back in trouble. I only been out of trouble a damn week, and I'm back in trouble. I didn't know when they filed this, how long I had the warrant. I did not know any of this. So naturally, you know, I went ahead and asked for a house arrest this time because it was easy for me. No, it wasn't ideal. No, it wasn't fun. No, I didn't think it was cute, but it was just ideal. So the DA was offering, okay, wait, back up. So, I found out that the detectives came and talked to me about this situation. They ended up not reaching out to me again, and I thought it was over with. So when I found out that I had this warrant, I'm just like, what the hell? I called the detective. He said he couldn't find anything to charge me with or anything like that, but the state picked it up. Just my damn motherfucking luck. So anyway, fast forward. So, I was gonna go ahead and sign for 150 days jail, probated, you know, to electronic ankle monitoring, house arrest, or whatever. So, which will be 2 for 1, 75 days, 2 months, 15 days, 2.5 months. Okay. So I go to court today, and I'm signing everything. I signed all the paperwork with my lawyer. It's my turn. I get in front of the judge, and you know, do you waive your right to contest it? Yes, sir. You're waiving your right to a jury? Yes, sir. You're pleading guilty? Yes, sir. I'm going to sentence you to 150 days. You know, no, whatever the court cost was like $340, no other fine or whatever, no, whatever. Okay, so we get to where I'm saying, yes, sir. And he was just like, can I have the attorneys come to the desk, please, or whatever the fuck it was. They had to go up there with him and talk to him. So now I'm shaking in my boots, like I'm shaking like a stripper tight now. Like, so I'm like, what is he up there talking to them about? So he looks at my charges and he's like, this case was filed against her. This warrant went out June of 2024. And he was like, when did she get on the ankle monitor for the previous case? And my lawyer said July 17th of 2024. And he was just like, I mean, honestly, I don't see, unless y'all just have some reason that y'all want her to do another 3 months, like she did her time. Like, she really should be credited the 75 days. Like, she should get time served. Y'all immediately started crying. I couldn't stop crying. Like, crying tears of joy. I'm just like, and he was just like, you know what, that's okay with the state. And both of the DA attorney ladies were just like, no, that's fine. Like, she did her time. I did way over my time. Shit, I did way over my motherfucking time. So I walked out free today.
Y'all be brave as hell using them CPNs. Y'all don't be scared. I ain't gonna lie, that's why I keep my credit straight, at least good enough to be able to, use it to be able to get me an apartment or rent me a house. Cause I can't imagine being up in an apartment or a house, nothing in my name. When it come down to like something really got to get done with this, how do y'all go up about this? How can y'all go to the rent office and complain when you ain't even on the lease? And then you got to think about if this get caught up, somebody been gonna give you a bad CPN. Now you got to worry about the police coming to get you right from the same place. Where you laying your head at? Y'all gotta keep y'all credit good. I know it be helping the people that got felonies and all that there to get them a little place to live, because you can't get nowhere when you got a felony. But man, that's nerve wracking. And when they come, I bet it's gonna be when you done got comfortable. You in the house, got your feet all kicked up. Police go to knocking on the door and lock your dumb ass up. Using these CPNs. Man, y'all fix y'all life, man. Fix your life or keep your life together.
I work in multifamily, and I have been seeing so many people here on TikTok selling CPNs and apartment packages and whatnot to get people into new luxury communities. And they like to pass it off as it's not illegal, there's nothing wrong with it. And I'm here to tell you that when y'all go to apply using these CPNs, and you as a grown ass man or a grown ass woman get screened, and your screening comes back and it says that the credit profile is thin, Bookie, we know. We know. Don't do that. Don't do that. And then a lot of these people are making you pay them through Zelle. So in so many ways that could be looked at as wire fraud. People get caught up every single day trying the bullshit. So stop. Like, just work on your credit. If you have property debt, pay it off. Try to come up with some type of agreement to get it off of your credit. Because it's just not worth it.
CPNs are either random numbers with nothing, okay, that are blank with nothing attached to it that you then have to make up information to attach to it for it to work, or they are other people's legitimate social security numbers who have been deceased, or they are literal like second graders. So either way, you're going to be doing something illegal because this is identity fraud. All right. Either you're going to have a blank CPN and you're going to have to make up a whole bunch of accounts to make it look real in order to get approved for something. Because that's what a lot of people don't understand. The whole point of credit is that credit. It gives you credit for all of the good or the bad things that you've done. Are you paying your things on time? It has your addresses. It may have where you work or whatever, right? It literally is to your credit. If you're not paying things, if you have a bad track record of paying things or whatever the case may be, then that's what's going to be on your report. A lot of people like to be like, oh, well, the credit report situation is a scam. And, oh, like these apartment complexes have horrible requirements, da, da, da. To be honest, just pay your bills, and you will be able to find somewhere to live. I've been there. I've had bad credit. My credit still is not where it is. That's why I even know what a CPN is, right? But there are so many ways around it that I just genuinely don't understand why someone would do this and think that is legitimate. There are too many people out there lying to you, telling you that CPNs are legal, CPNs are legitimate. Oh, because of the Privacy Act, such and such. Go look up the law yourself. There is no such thing as CPNs in any law. No, celebrities do not use CPNs. What celebrities use, and a lot of these people use that a lot of people don't tell you about, but I guess a lot of people are starting to come into the game, is EIN numbers, which is your business identification or your employment identification, or listen, a lot of different names for a lot of different things. But basically, your EIN is attached to a business that you create. And some people, they just make their name a business. So for me, I have the Mademoiselle LLC. I didn't do mine under my name, but a lot of people just do that. But that's another problem in itself because you have to have a legitimate business. You don't just sit there and create an LLC and get an EIN, or just create an EIN to create an EIN. There's no cheat codes in life. Okay. Even though the EIN thing is probably the safer way and the better way to do it, you can't just go about life racking up debt, not doing anything about it, and continuously doing the same thing over and over again, and then blaming the system. If you get something and you know you got to pay it back if you're that set. That's the way to get yourself out of these situations. If you really need to move, you really need to find somewhere to live, and you have evictions, you have to find a private landlord in order to do so, because more than likely the private landlord not even going to check all that. They just want their shit rented. They just want their bread. They just want their security. They never want to hear from you again. The problem with a lot of people and why the whole CPN conversation is so hot now is because a lot of people be getting the CPNs and then they're destroying property. They're taking the cars. They're moving to other states with the cars. So now the repo man can't find the car. They're doing all this goofy stuff. And that's why the CPN situation is a problem. Why would you think that a CPN is legal when realistically, if you use a CPN, they can't track you down when you do caca? Just think about it, right? The CPN is either attached to someone that isn't you, or it is a blank profile that you are building up. Why would you think that it makes sense to rent an apartment, get a new car, whatever the case may be, things that are tied to you that you literally have to pay monthly? How you think they're gonna find you if you use a CPN? Why would you think it's legal? And I know there's people watching this probably like, oh, well, I've been in my CPN apartment for 5 years. Oh, I've been in my CPN apartment for 15 years. Congratulations on committing crime, putting it down below so the feds can find you and track it down, and more than likely taking someone else's information. Like, I don't understand. You want a pate? You want a cookie? You want a churro for saying that you're a criminal? Like, you're just as bad as the person that sold you the CPN, because that is fraudulent. You more than likely do not own that apartment. You more than likely do not own that house. You do not own that car. You do not own the credit card because you had the fraud and scheme and lie to get it. Congratulations. Sitting here with the excuse of, oh, well, life is expensive, the rules are hard, and that. Move somewhere where you can afford it. Find a private lender and or landlord. Negotiate. There's so many things you can do. Again, I've been there. Okay, so it's just like living in New Jersey where the rent is like, it starts at 2,000. Yeah, like y'all already know. Like, I've had GoFundMe. Well, I had a GoFundMe. I went through it. Y'all already know. If you on the Patreon, y'all already know. So I just be so confused, and it's crazy because the only reason I almost fell for this is because when I saw CPN for the first time, it was literally like on a legitimate website. It looked so real. Yo, I'm telling you, like, the site looked so legit. They had like a manager. They said it was a company. They had everything. I wish I remembered the name of the site. I genuinely can't remember it. But it's like, yeah, we are going to get you approved. But they had different packages, right? So one was like 1,000. The other one was like 500. I think the lowest one was like 300. Like, it looked so legitimate. And I almost went through it. But something in my gut said, Ivana, sit your ass down. Just keep looking on Facebook Market. Just keep looking on Zillow, whatever. You're going to find something. And it's crazy because I did my video on Facebook Market rental scams. And a lot of people's like, why would you go look for an apartment on Facebook? I've gotten the best apartments on Facebook. I've also gotten scammed on Facebook. You got legit people renting their stuff on Facebook. You just have to do your due diligence, right? You just have to actually look. You have to meet with the people. You have to look things up. But literally, a lot of the best rentals I have found have been on Facebook Market. A lot of which never checked my credit. Same thing with Craigslist. I know a lot of us are shaky with the Craigslist, but a lot of them do not check credit, okay? Or a lot of them only care about how much money you're making. The problem with a lot of people is you're not making enough money and you have trash credit. So I don't understand why you think you deserve nice things. Yeah, I said it. That may not be the nicest thing, but it's like you have to have one or the other. If you have bad credit, you can make up for it in income. If you don't have the income, you can make up for it with better credit. So I genuinely don't get why y'all got bad credit, no money, horrible track record, and you out here talking about, oh, well, the system's unfair. No, you're unfair to yourself and you need to get it together. Either you need a higher paying job, you need to settle your debt, or you need to scam in a better way. I don't know, but it doesn't make sense. You have to have one to offset the other, and I guarantee you will be fine. If both are trash, then you'll stay at your best friend's house. I don't know, figure it out. But it's like, we don't need to be pushing a 2025 BMW i6 if we literally can't get our affairs in order, okay? We do not need a high-rise apartment if we owe Peter, Tom, Ashley, and Stephanie, okay? We can't just keep putting ourselves in holes and doing the same thing over and over and over again and then confused as to why we have no solutions. The solution, unfortunately, is pay your shit and or find someone who is going to work with you. If you really want to get into that hustle of not using your social security number because you have bad reports on it, get an EIN. It's literally the only way you can legitimately do it. But even with the EIN, you have to have legit trading accounts on there. You have to build that account. Some places will not take you with your EIN until you hit the 3-year mark. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 3 years. So it's not just, oh, get an EIN and go apply for a credit card. No, some places it's 6 months. Some places it's 1 year. And if you guys are curious as to how people get apartments and stuff like that with their EIN, it is literally through corporate leases. And that's another thing. Not everyone allows corporate leasing. And another tidbit, corporate leases are also most of the time super duper expensive, like a lot more expensive than a regular lease. So the apartment, it's the same thing with the people that be trying to tell y'all, oh, buy a car with your business credit. That $200 car payment literally becomes probably $800 when you buy it with your EIN. It's all fun and games until you're paying more just because you decided to buy it with your EIN instead of your social security number. If you are going for a corporate lease and the rent would have been normally like, let's say $1,800, I guarantee you that corporate lease is more than likely going to be $3,200, or they're going to ask for more money down. There's a lot that goes into it, and you're not going to know about it unless you're in that game, unless you have a business, or unless you know people who have done it before. Take it from me. The EIN is the only way to go, and you have to build it. A lot of people are telling people to get EINs and do this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, that can be fraudulent as well, because a lot of people are making fake businesses. They're not actually making money. Now they're making fake invoices. They're making fake payroll situations just to get into these houses and to get these cars. That's also not okay. They try to tell you, oh, well, if it's W-2, if you sign up with ADP, it's legit. No, it's fraud. If it's not true, it's fraud. I need y'all to understand. Okay, say it with me. If it's not true, it's fraud. If it's not your personal identification number, your EIN, your ITIN, your social security number, it is fraud. If it is not something that belongs to you, it is a lie. You did not take out that loan. You did not take out that credit card, whatever the case may be. It is fraud. I don't want none of y'all getting arrested. I don't want none of y'all come to me talk about something, oh, the Mademoiselle, I love you so much. I watch your videos all the time. I should have listened to you when you said don't get the CPN. I should have listened to you when you said don't do the half off. I should have listened to you and your scamming content. I'm not going to share the GoFundMe to bail you out. I'm just not. Okay, people are catching legit Fed time for this. This is not one of those things where NYPD gonna be at your door, Baltimore PD is gonna be at your door, where Elizabeth PD is gonna be at your door. No, feds. Feds are coming. I'll be fresh as hell. Let the feds watch.
Fresh as hell. Let the feds watch. Drop top. Head body.
That's about to be y'all. Fresh as hell as the feds watching. Like, y'all think this is a game. It's really not. There's people out there telling their stories about how they got caught up with CPNs, like literally doing things they shouldn't have been doing because the internet said it was cool. The internet said it was okay. The internet said it was legal. All you have to do is Google these things, y'all. Like, stop listening to these people because they're going to lead you to jail. For the people that are, for whatever reason, bragging about the fact that they got this and they got that with fraudulent information, congratulations for not getting caught. I don't know what you want me to say. However, this is not something you should be pushing. This is something that people if anything, should do it as a means to an end, but it shouldn't be like, oh well, no, it's not illegal. Yes, it is. Tell the truth. Oh, well, the rules aren't fair. The rules aren't fair to you because you're not following the rules. Oh, well, the celebrities do it all the time. No, you have the wrong idea. And even if that were the case, you are not a celebrity. You cannot bide your time to get enough money to pay whatever it is that they're going to charge you. You're going to be in jail. The celebrities won't be in jail. They'll be in nice jail, if anything. They're going to be in 5-star jail. They're going to be in a jail that look like the Hilton. You're going to be in a jail cell getting your booty played with. And I'm very, very sure you do not want that. You're not these celebrities. You're not these white people. Okay? And even if you were, the whole idea, the premise, and the background of it is wrong. And that's all you need to know. It is never going to be okay to take other people's numbers or lie to creditors about, whatever it is that you're taking out under a fraudulent name of a company or a fraudulent person. It's not okay. And I need y'all to get y'all moral compass together if you guys think it's okay at all. So with that being said, comment down below. Have you ever gotten caught up with a CPN scam? Do you know anyone who has? I'd love to hear your stories down below. Shout out to those of you guys who joined the membership on this channel and those of you guys on the Patreon. I appreciate it more than you will ever know. For those of you guys who keep asking me and y'all like, oh my God, like I'm not getting any content on the Patreon, that's because you signed up for free. There's over 400 something of y'all that signed up for free. Y'all didn't notice that there's nothing on there? Like, child, I'm telling y'all, comment says not common. Y'all not getting nothing for free. It's a Patreon. Okay, it's a Patreon, feel me? So make sure you join a tier. Literally, the most expensive tier is $5. The cheapest tier is like $2 or $3. It's not that deep. Support your girl. Also, we are going to Brazil 2026. I would love to see you guys there. The trip is taking place in July. If you guys are interested, please make sure you guys sign up as soon as possible. The trip will get canceled if enough of y'all do not sign up. So please get to it. There are payment plans available. With that being said, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to see y'all next time. Bye.